I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by Jojokim Broaden. How you doing?
I am doing just fine today. How about you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing better now that I'm get a chance to talk with you. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay, hello there. My name is Jojokim Broaden, and I am maybe the only tank VTuber there is in this community, actually.
I appreciate you coming on. And when did you get started with the VTubing?
Ooh, I think it must have been 2021 or 2022.
Mm-hmm. So
somewhere around that time.
Yeah, so it's been a couple years since you got started.
Yeah.
Was it a case of you saw some other folks doing it and wanted to give it a shot, or?
Before even discovering VTubers,
yeah,
I was already interested in streaming, because then I would have something to do on my free time. But I was thinking about using a camera, but I'm a little bit camera shy. So I figured to be like a faceless streamer, and then I came across VTubing, and I thought, yeah, maybe I can do that too.
So, did you watch some VTuber videos or VTuber streams before you did it?
I had watched some VTuber clips on YouTube, but I mainly watched VTuber streams.
And once you got everything you needed and got on for the first time, was it as easy as you thought, or was it a process of learning what to do?
Well, it was definitely a process. One thing that you should know about me is that I don't really like talking to other people, so it's kind of hard for me to just talk to,
right,
no one. I mean, sure, I might be talking to chat, but in actuality, I'm just talking to myself, and I still find that difficult, actually. But I'm gotten more used to it after many years.
It is something that people don't do in trying to in regular life. Usually, trying to keep up a conversation and talk as if somebody is standing in front of you, but you don't see them. That's not a natural thing to do. So it did take you a while to kind of get into that groove.
Yeah, it did.
And
but there are a few times when I actually have a difficulty to actually keep a conversation going, and then you have those long stretches where there's no one talking, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to say.
Well, that's where you lean on the game.
Yeah,
that is.
That is actually that is why I actually drop a few games, because a few years ago or a year ago I played like this one open world game, and Jesus, there were a lot of game time on that one, and I didn't even get halfway through it, and it was so boring to watch and play. So I was like, nope.
Yep.
not
Eh,
anymore.
Well, I mean that's being aware of what people want to see and choosing what games are be will be a better bigger audience draw or what the folks want to see rather. You can still play the game, just don't play it in on the stream. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So with the streaming of the games, are you still playing games off stream very much, or has it kind of taken over your gameplay?
Um, as of now, I haven't been streaming a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I will get back to that later.
Mm-hmm.
But I sometimes do play off stream,
Mm-hmm.
but due to the fact that I have a full-time job, I'm just way too tired to do anything after work.
I understand that. Sometimes, you want to, if you do turn on the computer, you just want to relax in front of it rather than try to entertain folks.
Yeah.
That could be very tough. Um, have you always been somebody who wanted to entertain people and show them what you got?
Not always.
Mm.
Sometimes I just want to have fun. It
Mm.
was only when it reached the 20s, I was like, you know what, I can do this.
Mm-hmm. So once you got a little bit of community under your belt, it was full steam ahead, huh?
Come again.
I think once you got a few folks watching, it was a little more impetus to keep going, huh?
Yeah, but there lies an issue. I'm still a pretty small streamer, which means that I don't have a lot of viewers.
Mm.
Sure, I may have more viewers than I had back then, but yeah, sometimes I just feel lonely.
Mm. Well, I mean, obviously you're enjoying the gameplay anyway because you're still doing it, even though
Mm,
maybe not 7 times a week, but you're still getting on there and entertaining yourself and other people as well.
mm.
Um, Describing yourself a little bit as someone who doesn't really talk to a lot of folks. Once you do get some folks in chat and they are talking with you, um,
Mm-hmm.
has that become natural for you, or did it take a while to figure out how you were going to approach that?
No, it didn't take a while. I actually got used to it pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
but I also have to be kind of careful with what I'm saying, so I don't say something weird, which might be weird to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, which, um, well, when in regards to chat, you can be like kind of open, but
Mm-hmm.
in regards to collabs, you have to limit what I say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, you have to be mindful of the other people's channels as
Yeah.
well when you do that. Has
Hmm.
it been easy for you to find collaboration partners?
Oh yes. It's I have a few friends that I can ask if they want to collab.
Yeah. What games do you like to collaborate on?
Oh, there are a few
Mm-hmm.
games that I like to play with other friends. Like, for example, keep talking and nobody explodes.
Yes.
Very chaotic.
Yeah, very chaotic. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was this one time when me and another friend played Power Wash Simulator.
Oh yeah. Now that could be very relaxing. I I know I
Espe- Especially with other people in. in our collab.
Yeah, yeah. But I should. You know, my wife really enjoys actual power washing. I should get that game for the both of us, so she doesn't make me actually do it.
Yeah, the funny thing is that it kind of reminds me of my in real life job, which
Oh,
is kind of weird.
so if you start doing that, you're relaxing while working too. That is kind of an odd thing to have.
you, you know, it's actually way more relaxing when I play the game rather when I do the job in real life because I'm physically there.
Yeah, yeah. This way you can do it your way too,
Yeah,
and not have to worry about the customers or bosses or anything while you're doing it. Um,
exactly.
so when you do streams, are you doing them in English or are you doing them in different languages?
Um, in order to reach an audience, I have to speak in English.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a redeem on my channel, which can force me to speak my native language, which is Swedish.
Mm. So
But I think that one lasts like 3 to 5 minutes.
would there be an audience? Do you think, but uh, for a Swedish speaking VTuber that streamed in Swedish?
Uh, I don't know because yes, I do know that there are a few Swedish people who watch my streams, but most of my audience is not from Sweden or
Mm-hmm.
they do not understand
Mm-hmm.
Swedish,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so might not be a good idea to only speak in Swedish.
Yeah, might be a little niche thing, but um, I've
Mhm.
it's interesting because I know no other language than English, and some folks say I don't know that pretty well. But the thought of being able to do, speak a couple of different languages and be
Mhm.
able to even reach an audience maybe once a day or once a week anyway,
Mhm.
would appeal to me anyway if I was able to do it. Um, but again, I'm just I should have learned everything when I was a kid instead of trying to work it out now because teaching an old dog new tricks isn't very easy
Yeah.
when it comes to that sort of thing. Um, have you used this as kind of a way to um, use streaming as a way to kind of uh, learn a little bit more about English and how to speak it and how to converse in it?
The funny thing, I always say that my English is actually better than my uh, native tongue, only because when I was younger, um English was actually much easier to learn than Swedish. Um I know that I said that I didn't uh, want anything personal, but one thing that I think most of my audience know about me is that I have a speech impediment,
Mm-hmm.
and which made it harder for me to actually learn Swedish
Mm.
because it contains a lot of sounds.
Yeah.
It's actually hard to explain to a non-English, non-Swedish speaker.
I understand a little bit how to say certain things. The there's some ways it's very tough to do in other languages, and English is pretty easy as far as that goes. Um, we we try to not put very much effort into the English language.
I think I have to correct you. It's the American language,
Ah, there
which
you
is
go.
easy to learn.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
Yeah, only because I seen a few clips where someone who's British saying that oh we have a payment and Americans have sidewalk because it's to the side.
That's right. Yeah,
Like in short, it's just American is simplified English.
yeah, that's right. We tried to shorten it as much as possible.
Yeah, even though it was the British who came up with it.
Well, which we like to steal as much as we can and make it our own,
Yeah,
like pizza, all that stuff. We'll take it and gladly claim it. Um, so what are your goals for your channel right now? Have you got any set uh, thing you want to do with it here in the near future?
I have a few goals, and I think the main one that I have now is actually to obtain 1,000 followers on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I have like 664 followers on Twitch so far,
Mm-hmm. Well,
and
so you're on
then
your way
I
there.
also what did I say?
I think you're on your way there, so that's a good goal to
Yeah,
set.
but it's very slow.
Well, it
Mm, uh,
once people get there, they'll get there though. Um,
that's
and
true.
and
Then I also have a YouTube channel, but while it was made for VTuber content, I I have decided that it won't contain any VTubing at all.
mm,
It will just contain mostly about one subject.
mm. And what's that subject?
Mainly heavy metal.
Mm, there you go. Yeah, heavy metal is something else entirely. That's a whole new topic. So tell me, what type of heavy metal are you talking about? Is because there's people classify it in all sorts of different ways now. Uh, but what type of music is particularly are you talking about?
Um, well, this specific band say that they play heavy metal, but I think that many consider this band as power metal.
Mm. Which band is it?
It's a Swedish band called Sabaton.
Mm, I have actually heard that name before.
Oh, really?
I don't know
Okay.
if I've heard the music, but I have heard the name. Yeah, it's amazing the different types of music categories people have these days. But
Hmm.
so people think that all rock music is heavy metal. Not the case at all. You have dark metal, you have goth metal, you have all sorts of type of things that
Hmm.
people split into. Is it just for this band, or do you have other types of clips on there as well?
I mean, I do listen to other uh, bands, but it's mostly this band that I'm a huge fan of. Like, I collect a bunch of CDs,
Mm-hmm.
vinyls.
Mm-hmm.
I even collect their band T-shirts, and actually it make it easier to watch because it's just all black.
Yeah, that's true. That that's an old bachelor trick. It's something
Yep.
dark. It's easier to wash. But the
Yeah.
that have you always been a fan of metal music?
Um. Uh. Not always, but I was more into rock music,
Hmm.
or to be more specific, rock music from like the 70s,
Mm,
uh, mostly from the 80s and the 90s.
mm, yeah, I see. I lived during that time, so that's all good for me. The '70s and '80s type stuff.
Hmm.
What type of bands would you listen to from that era?
Let's see, Metallica,
Hmm.
Iron Maiden, Europe,
Hmm.
Journey.
Yeah. Judas Priest.
I have heard a few of the songs, but
Hmm.
and this might be controversial. Not a huge fan of the voice.
Oh, Rob Halford. Oh.
I'm actually in the same mindset when I'm listening to Ozzy Osbourne singing.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoy some of the stuff in the uh, the original Black Sabbath stuff, but
Mm.
uh, don't listen to a lot of his lyrics. They don't make any sense.
Yeah, and I don't really like how he sings either. Like
Mm,
it sounds like he's just in a echo room, and
mm.
you hear his echoes in the song.
Yeah, yeah. He's for with folks who do that who sing on lyrics that don't make a whole much sense. They're more using their voice as an instrument than anything else
Mm,
to go along with the music.
exactly.
Um, but if you don't like that instrument, you're not going to hear it. You're not going to listen to it.
Yeah.
There's even within the metal circles, there are some people you don't. It doesn't mean you like every bit of it. There can be stuff you don't like in any genre and still enjoy the genre. Um,
Hmm.
so that's the stuff that you have on your YouTube channel. Are you planning to expand to anything else, like a TikTok or anything like that?
Not really. I know that it kind of hurts my quote unquote brand, but
Mm,
I don't really like TikTok.
mm. Hey, it's all about you being comfortable with what you got and what you're showing folks. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I always say it, and I believe it's true that anybody who gets on and performs in front of people to try to entertain people is showing a lot of courage. And to show that courage, you have to be somewhat comfortable with it. Have
Hmm.
you gotten comfortable enough now to the point where it 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 doesn't give you goosebumps when you turn the microphone on?
Uh, no, no, actually not.
It still gives you that adrenaline flow, huh?
Uh, yeah, at the start I do have a little bit of adrenaline,
Well, I
but
mean,
then it slowly dwindles.
well, use that while you can. It's
Hmm.
it's good to get that type of energy into your whatever you're bringing out for folks. Um,
Hmm.
so, have you been a person who enjoyed in the past getting up in front of people on a stage, or maybe trying to, I don't know, sing or act or anything like that?
What was the question?
That's it. Did you ever do any stage work when you were younger, singing or acting?
Oh, no, no, actually, I haven't done that. If we are not counting when I was in school,
Right.
uh, but no, I haven't done any stage work.
Mhm. Did you ever
Um,
think about doing that? Getting out there and entertaining people?
no, I kind of have a little bit of a stage fright, but I kind of overcame it when I one day decided to do some karaoke on this one cruise 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm. You're braver than I
and
am.
and I did sing a few songs, and one that is kind of like a core memory for me. Is that when I was in front of a, a crowd, it was just drunk heavy metal heads in a bar,
There you go. You-
and I was singing Bon Jovi's "Living on a Prayer,"
Now that's a
and
that's a great karaoke song.
yeah, only because of chorus. I will never forget the feeling that I got when I got the whole audience to sing that chorus. Jesus fucking.
that 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 had to that would be scary for me and also heartwarming at the same time. It's- Yay, they're following me. Oh, they're following me.
Yeah.
What am I going to do now? Yeah,
Yeah, but I think that is just because they know that not everyone there is a professional singer. It's
right.
just karaoke. We are just there to have fun.
Hmm. And is that how you're viewing your channel right now? Is having fun more than anything else?
Yeah, I'm. Uh, I'm not like focused on building a brand for myself. I'm just here having fun because this is still a hobby for me.
Mm. Well, it's one that we're enjoying, and I hope you're enjoying it too. We're going to have the links that you can see what Jojo got going on, so you can in the description for this interview, so folks can check
Mhm.
out what's going on with your channels. I really do appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad to have met you over here through this, and I hope that everything continues the way you want. We'll get you on again sometime soon.
I would love doing being here again.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.